Hey, everybody! Welcome to the Men of Doozy podcast.
You're probably thinking, why that word? Doozy. What does that even mean?
Well, the word doozies means something that is extraordinary or outstanding of its kind.
And we are not that, and we never will be, ever. Even, no matter how hard we try.
how many episodes are we in? We're not it. So this is the podcast where we give you all the tools you need to become successful in your life.
And the best part is we're going to learn how to be successful ourselves while we teach you how to be successful yourself.
I love it. I'm Alex Staub.
I also love it. I'm Matthew McLachlan.
I also love it. I'm Andrew Goebel.
And today, we're going to learn how to go to the zoo.
I'm not going to lie. I won't finish your thought.
Today's episode is also sponsored by BotticelliFoods.com. Use the promo code DOOZY, D-O-O-Z-Y, at checkout for 10% off. All the animals at the zoos are eating Botticellis.
They love Botticellis.
So you could be an animal too.
They actually have a little dispenser where you put in 2 quarters and Botticelli's
and
will
sauce
pour it in your
comes
hand, and you can just give it right
Sauce
to.
comes out, and you throw it
You
across the.
You throw it at the animal,
Yes.
and they'll just like for the Chellies.
I had not thought
fling
of.
feces. These
We
boys sling
fling
Botticellis.
Chellies, yeah.
I had not thought of zoos until you suggested this, and I went, "Oh yeah, animal prisons. Let's talk about those."
Right.
No pose, It's just the thing they are.
Sanctuaries.
How much? Yes, sanctuaries.
Some animals can't live in the wild, which I think is such a crazy thing. Like, actually, this tiger can't go back into the wild. I was like, why? Is he an idiot? Is he dumb?
Yeah.
Why can't
He's on the couch playing Game Boy.
He's
He's got a headset on. He's I'm going in. Who's coming
playing
in
Call
here?
of Duty.
on me.
On me.
Oh, dude, if that was real life, I would have fucking killed him. Dude,
It's just a tiger, though. It's a full tiger.
His tail's going. He's just like, yo, who's got a nuke strike? Who's ready? Who's going in?
let's go.
I got a UAV. I'm good.
Clear.
Yeah, that'd be a pretty big headset.
Hey, Tony, when are you going to go? Not now, zookeeper. Get the fuck out of my room.
They're great.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm going to take you out to the wild. No, you won't. I can't. I'll die.
I can't go out there.
I can't go out there. It's not great. It's great in here.
The point is, I thought of animal prisons, but I also thought of the game Zoo Tycoon. That game fucking ripped. That game was so good.
I never played that.
I am alone in this, but that's
No,
okay.
I never played that.
I've never played Zoo Tycoon.
I played Dino Tycoon.
Okay.
You ever play that one? It's the zoo for dinosaurs. It's impossible.
Okay.
You can't beat it. There's
That's
no
fair.
way. Every time you put it...
Every tycoon game is like that. Roller Coaster Tycoon.
I'm playing Poon Tycoon.
Go on.
Tell us exactly what that
How
is.
is that game?
What
Tell
is-
us
what-
you do.
what is the objective?
What do you have to do
What are you
in that
doing?
game? How does it start?
What are you doing?
How does it start? What's
Are there
the currency?
rules?
What's the currency?
What are you trying to collect?
Yeah, or do you have multiple people? Tell me.
All right, so have you guys ever been to any zoos before?
I have. The zoo in Philadelphia has a hot air balloon that goes up and down. That was the best
Balloon Tycoon.
Balloon Tycoon.
I played that one before.
Oh, my God.
Still so broken. And we're 14 seconds into this.
Yes, I've been to... I've actually only been to the Philadelphia Zoo. I've never been to any of the zoos in this city.
I've never been to the Bronx Zoo. I've heard many good things. The Jacksonville Zoo in Florida is wildly good. I really love that. But yeah, animal prisons. The best one. Jacksonville Zoo is massive, and they have. I like when zoos are like, we're the only ones that have this kind of animal. We're like, weird flex, but okay,
Yeah.
cool.
I have to be honest. Is Jacksonville just like a bunch of tigers?
No,
Bunch of
I mean,
alligators?
No, I mean, Florida is an alligator zoo anyway.
Yeah.
It's not very impressive if the Florida Zoo is like, here are some gators.
But here's what they do:
It's
is
true.
there are
It's
multiple
cheating.
places in Florida that's like, here's gator land, a space.
Yes.
It's like we're gonna get all of them we can get and put them here, or here's alligator farm.
Yeah, I've seen Tiger
And
King. I know what's up.
Yeah, so they're just
I know what's up.
in this spot where you're like, that's about 14,000 alligators. That is impressive. But when you're just in Florida and you're like, yeah, that's in my backyard. No big deal.
Ugh. What a nightmare
dude, I
state.
hate gators. That's my.
What a nightmare state.
Really?
Yeah, alligators, crocodiles. Those are like I hate those animals.
Oh, that sucks. I just bought you Gator Tycoon for Christmas.
You did?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, it's ironically the sequel to Poon Tycoon.
Oh, the DLC.
Yeah, it's the DLC. It's the downloadable content for Poon Tycoon is Gator.
Gator.
Which was a
Tycoon.
spinoff of Balloon Tycoon.
Tell me how.
Yeah, what's up?
So, we're going to get into these tips. These are the top 10 tips on how to go to a zoo. All right, number 10, everyone. Research your local zoo.
Cool.
Every zoo's different, so a little research can go a long way. Check your zoo's official website for information on paid restaurants and attractions within the park, special events, daily tours, and feeding times.
I've never heard someone read something they wrote with less enthusiasm.
Let's be clear. I would say copying
Have you
and
seen-
pasting is not right. The man sees a number, places it, and then continues on his way. He is cold reading his own writing. I've never had someone cold read their own writing before, and this man.
You think I've read these? No, I'm like, this seems like it's got all the nuts and bolts of a sentence, so let's do that. Let's put that together.
There are letters here.
There are letters here.
So funny.
All this-
Dude, these tips are from credible sources
Where?
online. Balloon Tycoon.
Okay, yeah.
So yeah, I mean I think research is super important. Also know what one animal do they have? Do they have the rare holographic panda?
Holographic panda.
Do they have the foil
The
PS5 playing tiger?
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Or
know.
are they,
You gotta know. You gotta know which
what
one
do they got?
they got. What animal? Are they trying to mate something? Like go and see like the
Sorry, the peacocks can't come out. They're fucking.
yeah, because we're trying to.
What time are the elephants mating?
I'm here to watch the elephants fuck.
I'm here to watch the elephants mate.
And you know because they're trying to save the species.
What's the mating schedule of all the animals?
When can I fuck the elephant? I was curious the times in which I could fuck the
Do I
elephant.
mate with the animals?
How can
Can
I?
I mate with the animal?
I have a question. How can I help?
How can I help?
With what? Poon Tycoon.
You know. You know.
That's what it is.
Tycoon.
It's not about having Poon. It's going
Right.
to get it at the different Tycoon
Exactly.
places.
Well, you could go to different sections in the zoo.
Oh, there's
on that
different
one.
ways you could play the game.
Yeah, it's part of
it.
the battle pass.
Clear. I'm in this part of the zoo. Clear.
The battle pass in Poon Tycoon is fucking
Spending
awesome.
$30.
The rewards are so good.
Yeah.
Oh, the cosmetics are insane.
Cosmetics are great.
Exactly.
Hey, tip number 9. Do not feed animals or birds. You know how they're not birds? They're not animals? You know how birds are not animals? Don't feed the animals or the birds.
Or the birds.
Yeah.
Animals
Just
can
in
bec-
case that wasn't clear.
You know-
Because sometimes I'm like, if someone's like, "Don't do this," but to the animals, I'm like, "Well, then that
what
means
about
I
the
can
birds?
do
I'm
it
glad
to
you
the,
wrote
I can
that.
do it to the birds."
You know how fish don't have souls? It's kind of like birds, too.
Right.
Animals can become ill after they eat unsuitable food. Remember that each animal has its own ration, fed to it by the zoo workers. Do not feed the animals, even if the animals seem hungry. They're just sitting there like you can't do it.
That's
Some-
it.
Yes.
I fed an entire jar of Botticelli sauce to a pigeon, and
You don't feed the birds.
And
He's
he's the
bird-
mafia
And now
don
he's
of
like,
pigeon show.
"Yay!" Yeah. Sometimes
he
food.
grew another set of wings.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
Cool. From what? What sauce?
The sauce, the middle sauce.
The balsamic vinegar. Got it. Sometimes food for some animals can be purchased so visitors can interact with the animals. This happens at petting zoos, for instance. This is the one time it's okay to feed zoo animals. So you're like, hey, I got some Alfredo,
There you go. Here's some Alfredo.
and you're just like,
Pesto.
yeah, here's some pesto. Sprinkle some.
You ever seen
some
that
noodles.
video of the monkey in the zoo, and there are seagulls flying by, and he grabs the seagull, and he's on top. He's like on top of the pole, and he starts whacking the seagull against the pole, killing it. And everyone's like, "Oh no!" And he's like, "Yeah, he just." You ever seen that one?
When I frequent online videos, it's usually like an animal killing something. So it's weird I haven't seen that.
That's
one.
what I type in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tip number 8. Let the animals stay calm. Do not make loud noises, clap your hands, or attempt to scare them to get a reaction. Many animals are afraid of noise, timid, and shy, even though they are captive. I feel like that's more. I don't know what that even though had to be there. You don't know how long some animals have been at a particular prison, zoo, or an enclosure, or they may be recovering from an injury or have a new animal in their midst. Any zoo bird or animal may be feeling uncomfortable on display on any given day, so be reasonable and don't expect animals to perform for your entertainment, Alex.
I think that's good advice for Alex about us. Be reasonable and don't expect animals to perform for you.
What about the birds?
Well, he didn't say birds. That's an important
That's
distinction.
true. That's true.
They're all just doing what they do in the wild as far as possible. Some visitors think if they paid money for tickets, they're allowed to do anything and see every exhibit at its peak performance. It's not the case. A ticket only allows you to enter the zoo and look at the animals. No animal is obliged to perform tricks for you, Alex.
When do I fuck it?
What about the birds? Are the birds chill?
Or do I just grab one and kill it randomly? Or do I have to be a monkey?
So zoos are kind of like,
Pretty fun.
Shutter Island a little bit.
Yeah. They're recreating their home life for them so they can get help from killing their own children.
That's right.
Oh,
I was in Poon Tycoon 2.
got it.
Oh, the Squeakquel.
The Squeakquel.
Yeah.
The Squirtquel.
Squirtquel. The Squirtquel. Are you drunk yet? Or are we just...
What?
I like how you said yet. Like that wasn't like that's the. Yeah, I just have some like.
It's kind of like when you drink a lot the day before and then you're drunk then, and then the next day you have like one sip of alcohol and you're just as drunk as you were the day before.
Yeah.
And that's called stacking.
Booze Tycoon.
Booze Tycoon.
That is something we've played.
Yes,
Yeah,
100%.
During this
I think this is a good thing just because I've seen those videos of the little kids like banging on the glass and then like a gorilla will come up and just fucking like smack the fucking glass. And I saw the one when it cracked. I was like, yo, if that kid got rocked, they'd be like, well, you were fucking with the animal, dude.
Yeah.
That's on you.
Yeah, that's fine. I'd stand there and be like, sorry, dog. I also
You get what you give.
Yeah,
my man.
I'm like, if you started tapping my windshield, I'd probably hit you just because. What's up?
There are also so many videos where like kids will be against the glass and like they'll turn their back and like tigers will like stalk them and attack them on the glass, and they're laughing and I'm like, this tiger
would've-
rip this kid apart.
Ha 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 ha! Look at him. He's not playing games anymore. He's here to kill us.
Animal prisons.
Yeah.
Animal prisons.
Wild.
You ever? I mean, maybe because I lived in Florida and Animal Kingdom.
Probably.
was just
Whatever you're
coming-
about to
was
say
just
is-
coming out.
yeah.
And so it's Animal Kingdom, and they had this whole thing, this whole commercial, where all these employees at Animal Kingdom that just opened, and they're like waving, and they're saying like a Hakuna Matata, like it's a new phrase, and they're like Natazu, and it's all these people in this costume and like the safari people and people in like African tribe outfit, and they're like Natazu, and they're like, come to Animal Kingdom. Because it's many things. One thing it's not. And they go, not a zoo.
Disney's Animal Kingdom. It's many, many things. But remember, it's not a zoo!
I remember being a kid going, Jesus Christ, okay. And like, ever since I've gone to Animal Kingdom since then, I'm like,
Well,
this is a zoo. And people waving, not a zoo. I'm like, I wonder if that is just a stain on the reputation. Like,
probably. Also, remember,
you making up a fake like African word about like it's kind of like Hakuna Matata. It's like Natazu. You're like, ew.
I will say
Not
that
a zoo.
Animal Kingdom, they've changed. I've only seen this. I haven't done the ride differently. Remember when we were kids? I don't know if you all went to Animal Kingdom. I assume you did because of Florida.
Yes.
But there was the safari, like the poachers just
Yes.
showed up. Yeah,
Yes.
they no longer do that, but. So funny
yeah,
that
that
like
is
that
funny.
existed.
Oh, yeah, the
the
poachers.
poachers would just like show up in the middle of the ride, and you're like, "Am I in Disney anymore?"
Yeah.
Like they're talking, they have guns.
Yeah, that's what you need. You need a little excitement.
I've always said that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah, don't tempt the animals. Don't
No.
fuck with the animals. Also, every time I go to a zoo, the animals aren't doing anything. They're always like, here's the lion. And he's like, I'm like, where? And he's like, way in the back under the tree, you see his tail, and I'm like, oh, whoa.
He's just vibing.
Whoa.
What if someone walked into your apartment on most days
Yeah.
and just stared at you?
That's what happened. I mean, I have an open invitation. That's what I do. I leave the door open. There's candy out front, and there are rules. And they're like, you can look, but don't don't feed don't.
What?
Don't feed them.
What are the?
Number 7, everybody.
Okay.
Be careful. Obey all signage and directions from staff.
Yep. Don't feed Alex.
Zoos can be risky and frisky if you don't follow the rules. Don't climb over fences. Don't try to hug animals unless a keeper says it's okay. And don't try to take photos of yourself or your children with the animals from anywhere other than behind the barriers and the fences. You gotta follow the rules, okay? Because if it's like, here's the man eating snake, don't pet it, and you go up and pet it.
Yeah. Don't ride it.
Don't ride it.
Well, it didn't say anything about riding, just said don't pet.
Well, then you're following the rules technically if you want to get.
Thank you.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
Thank
I
you.
Hear you. I hear you.
And what do you have to say?
I just have so many questions.
Okay, go.
Yeah. What animals are you hugging? Are you gonna?
What? Here's a better question. What animals aren't you hugging if it doesn't say not to?
Bears.
No, they're probably really soft.
Yeah, they'll
if you
kill
hug
you,
it from
though.
the back though. In a zoo, they're probably tranquil. No.
I don't think they tranquilize the.
That's
I
not what I
actually,
said.
I actually don't know. I don't know.
How many times have you gone to a zoo and you've seen something or an animal and you're like, holy fuck, never mind. Everything's been changed. Whether it's like, that is 10 times bigger than I thought, or like, I could take that in a fight.
Yeah.
Giraffe, didn't think that thing could kill me. Probably can,
It can.
for sure. It gets its big old neck around, gonna take me out.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I think
Even the hoof, he'd just come down at
Oh,
you.
yeah. You think a horse is gonna kick you from behind. That thing's got a 17-foot long leg.
That's it.
Yeah, I think I've always been fascinated when they put like the moat to keep the animal away
Yes.
from the people, because I'm like, that seems intentional.
I'm like, that thing can jump over that.
yeah, it's gonna come right at me.
That
Yeah.
thing's not stopping.
No.
A little bit of water ain't gonna stop that goddamn gorilla.
No.
No.
I follow a lot of like people that have like insects in zoos like that like little like where they show that they have like a whole like the behind the scenes of like zoos.
Okay.
Where like the guy will come out with a snake, or he'll like take like the snake eggs out and like almost get bit, and they're like be like, this is a tarantula and she's such a sweetheart, and the thing's like crawling and it's like and you're like, that's not.
What a lovely little
They're
lady.
the people that can just manhandle the animals and they don't care. Props to them.
The handlers, yeah.
The handlers, yeah.
The manhandlers,
The animal handlers.
animal handlers.
Yes.
Yeah,
Minus birds.
in this, it would be manhandlers. It would be coming out with a human. It'd be like, isn't he great? Manhandlers.
Oh, that'd be wild.
Hand handlers.
Go ahead.
Hand jamblers.
Don't hide it behind the.
Don't hide.
Ramblamblers.
There we go. Okay. Tip number 6. Dress code. Shirts and shoes must be worn at all times. Swimwear must be sufficiently covered. Offensive or provocative items on clothing or swimwear is prohibited. Costumes or disguises that conceal identity are not permitted.
Where'd you get this rule?
You don't want the animals to not know who you are. Obviously, you don't want a disguise on.
Yeah.
They have to be like, hey, there,
Oh, there's Matthew,
There,
yes.
there he is. Hey,
Yeah.
what's
There
up,
he
bud?
is.
This guy owes me money.
Some money.
That guy owes me some Botticellis.
That's right. That's right. One time, me and my buddies, we were too young to go to the zoo. And we got a big trench coat, and we kind of went on top of each other.
You stacked each other.
And we stacked each other, and we had the guy on top had a mustache, and we went in, and we.
Good day. We're here
Yeah.
to zoo.
I'm an adult here to see the monkeys.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you did this last
And the
week,
guy was
correct?
like,
Something doesn't seem right. You,
You
gotta
know?
wear a different hat.
Yeah, and so we went in and we got to see all the animals. I mean, I didn't because I was the middle and
Yeah.
the goat was closed.
Yeah, you had to balance on the
You
guy's
didn't
shoulder.
open the lapel? You didn't open it up?
No,
to
it
look
wasn't.
up?
It was a zip all the way to the top.
Oh, bummer. Hard to breathe.
Yeah, hard to breathe.
Was it summer?
No, what are we talking about?
Talking about you in a trench coat,
trench
dog.
coat,
This is what you started.
Be in the middle part of the centipede.
Nah, I'm done. I'm over it.
Cool.
Do you need a break?
No. Yes. Let's
Yeah,
take
go
a
to the
break.
goddamn ad.
I think Alex needs a break. We'll
No,
be
I'm
back.
fine. Okay.
He needs to go to a zoo.
I do want to go to a zoo. It's been a while. I want to see a zoo.
But it's been a while. All right, we'll see you in a minute.
Hey everyone, are you tired of buying expensive, low-quality foods? I know I am, and that's why it's time to discover the authentic taste of Italy with Botticelli Foods.
They're a family-owned brand that delivers farm-to-table products straight to your dinner table. Experience the rich flavors of their Italian cuisine, which has been passed down from generation to generation.
If you go to BotticelliFoods.com and use the promo code DOOZY, that's DOOZY at checkout, you can get 10% off all Botticelli food products.
I'm talking about every kind of sauce you can think of, olive oils, balsamic, and any other kind of sauces you could think of.
Any of them, yeah.
And remember, Botticelli Foods are extraordinary and outstanding, just like us, the Men of Doozy.
Buy Botticelli Foods now and give it to some animals. Give it just spread it out in a park. Some birds will come over, peck at it.
I've played Food Tycoon, and with the that you feed Botticellis to the animals.
Oh.
All right, now we go to my favorite segment. Check it out with Jose. Jose, you ever been to a zoo? You ever done anything weird with animals? How's the episode going?
Hey guys, as you can see, I live in a zoo. This is the Sleepy Bella. She sleeps with her eyes open somehow. And she is very endangered. There's only one of her left. And right here we have a baby pickle. This is Pickle, aka Luca. And she's currently hugging this pillow because we were playing earlier. But yes, zoos are all bad.
Wow.
That's
That was a
super
weird
impressive.
thing.
Yeah,
That was a
he
weird
told
thing
us
with
that.
an
That
animal
was
that he did.
crazy.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
That's
Wow.
crazy.
All right, well, let's get back to the zoo. I want to see some more animals.
Oh, okay, well, we'll bounce back, you know. We back.
I was at the Jacksonville Zoo,
Okay.
and I agreed. Do you know what
Excuse me?
a bonobo is?
No, please explain.
It is of the primate family,
Got it.
and I believe genetically closest to humans than any primate.
Okay.
So a bonobo is like, it looks almost like a primate, like
Okay.
what do you got? Like just not a monkey, but an ape. I
Okay.
guess. And they're walking around on their little island with a little moat, and someone throws like a cracker from a pack of stuff, throws it into the thing, and one grabs it, and you're like, oh, animals. And you see, like, I made them do a thing. One turns around, looks up at us, and goes, and we all went, and we're like, they could easily kill us.
It
They could
knows.
easily. It literally went, looked around and went like this. I give it. I'm like, that is the scare. I was like, let's get out of here.
Was he asking for the food, or was he like,
No,
Fight me.
I think it was. I think it changed. I think he went like this, and then he went.
yeah, chin
the-
down.
This is
Chin
this is
up,
a thing.
that's asking. Chin down, that's
You know what's
fighting.
crazy is on the description, they like this is wanting, and when they do the whole hand, and then when it's just the knucks, like then it's an invitation to fist fight. A bonobo.
Wow.
They also have huge cocks too. So when he's standing there, you got to also imagine like this thing is smacking his knees, and he's
So
like,
he's like,
well, that's the no. It was like this for the food. Then it was this, and then he was
Is that-
stroking, and then he went like then he beckoned like a witch.
Yeah.
While he was tugging on his bonobo.
and this was at the
Wow.
zoo?
Jacksonville, obviously.
Obviously. It could be nowhere
Animals
else.
should we put in this zoo? Yeah.
Just a bunch of bonobos.
Bonobo's boning.
That's terrifying. Like monkeys are so smart, and the fact that I thought it was gonna get worse. I thought you were gonna say the one picked up the cracker and another one just like started like beating the shit out of it for
Well,
the
when
cracker.
we left, it started screaming. That's also a detail. It was like my buddy and I were like, well, this is crazy. No, it was it sounded like a person like, why the fuck aren't you giving me food? And we're like, yo, nope. And then someone like ran over and was like, what happened? And they're like, no, you can't do that. You can't feed them. And so that's how Planet of the Apes started, I think.
Wow.
Probably.
Damn.
That's crazy. Yes, the beckon. Let's hop back to these tips.
Great.
Tip number 5. Do not ask the zoo employees unnecessary, silly, or inappropriate questions.
Alex.
Like, when are the animals free? They are busy with their work. They are not guides. Information about animals is usually provided by their enclosure. Read about the zoo and any animals you're especially interested in before visiting the zoo. If a zookeeper or other expert is giving a talk or demonstration in any enclosure, listen quietly and ask questions when invited to. Any joke you think of, they will have heard it at least 100 times, so don't make any. Alex, all that being said, most keepers love to answer questions, especially from kids. If they're busy, they will politely tell you they have to get on with their work. Keepers usually love to talk about their animals and welcome questions. This tip was a whirlwind of, I guess you should and shouldn't ask them questions. That's what this said.
Don't be dumb about it.
Yeah, that's a good, don't be dumb about
How
it.
do I know if they've heard the jokes before?
Because they have.
I hate
That's like-
that question, but it is a valid one. You're like,
You know
no
what I
one has
mean?
heard this.
Just like every waiter when they're like, "How was the food?" and you're like, "I hated it." You know what I mean?
Someone's like, holy fuck. What? That is ingenious. Because you're right, it's gone.
Yeah.
And I see what you're doing because
Right.
you obviously didn't.
Right.
So I hear what. So when you're like,
It's funny.
do they ever wake up? And the guy's like, fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. Like a zookeeper's like, yes. What's your best stupid question you'd ask a zookeeper? Guess it depends on the animal, huh?
Yeah, I think. Do you ever just watch them?
That's a good one.
Do you ever just watch them?
Do you ever hold them?
Do you ever hold them?
What's their astrology sign?
What astrological sign is Bobo?
Or I'd be like, "Is that real?"
Yeah. Where are the real ones?
That's not real.
What
And I would just spread that throughout the.
You would just start lying to kids, being like, "That
It's not
animal,
real."
not real.
Yeah.
It's an animatronic."
Yeah. And he's
Don't let
like,
'em-
"Animatronic."
Animatronic.
Don't let them lie to you. None of these animals are real.
Mom, why is this guy talking to me? What's he doing?
Yeah.
That's not your mom.
Or I'd go up to the snakes like in Harry Potter and I'd be like, and I'd look at the kid and I'd be like,
And then the snake's like, "Yo, bro, where do you think I'm from? From New Jersey.
I'm from
Relax."
Jersey. I'm the Jersey snake.
Oh, cool. Okay.
The Jersey viper.
yeah. Number 4, everybody. Use a map or guidebook to plan your route around the zoo. If there are exhibits you don't want to miss, visit them first, okay? Plan your route. What is it?
It's rude.
Plan your route around the zoo so you don't have to rush around, so you don't find yourself heading in the opposite direction as everyone else at a peak time. Yeah.
First of all, that's just being a trendsetter. I don't agree with that, but that's fine.
I think get there early enough. It's like a roller coaster, but an animal. You got to get there when it's hopping, when it's like ready to get started. You know what I mean?
I know what you're saying.
When it's because we all know animals like to fuck in the morning, and so we want to.
I want to make clear. I've also this short time we've been talking about the zoo is more planning than I've ever done going to the zoo.
I do usually show up.
Yeah,
but
I show up.
I do find that when I go to a zoo, I go, oh,
I missed some show.
out. Yeah, we didn't watch the porcupines getting fed, so we should have. Damn it.
Oh, we missed the aviation show.
Oh man. Yeah.
Avery. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
The
Where
birds.
the animals and the birds live. Yeah.
Yeah. I had a zoo joke before that I did. I could show you guys afterwards.
Please.
But it was my perspective on the entire day of the family right before they went to the zoo, and the kid fell in and they shot Harambe. So
Yeah, we haven't even talked about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's that
once.
kid doing now? You think he's growing up to be a
I
zookeeper?
was just like, what was the other side of
the
story?
the TVA showed up and just took him.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Nerd.
Marvel reference.
Yeah, Marvel reference.
But it's always fun when you go to like amusement parks or zoos when you get that map and you're like, oh shit, where do we go? That looks cool. Let's go over here. Yeah.
I agree. Or you see fun restaurant names like Dino Barbecue or, I don't know, Alice's Tea Room.
Eating at going to a restaurant at an amusement park or a zoo is so dumb.
You're telling me you wouldn't go to a rainforest goddamn cafe?
Well, yeah, Rainforest Cafe.
Okay. I just want to make sure. Come on.
But like,
grow up.
There's no, just go, get in, get out. Okay?
The food does taste like the cooks had something better to do.
Yeah.
Anytime, like, here's my chicken fingers. Like, there's no chicken. This is all crisp.
It's just crisp.
And
There's no
I'm
chicken
putting-
in there.
It's all salt, and it's basically ketchup soup with chunks of fried nothing. This is what, yeah.
I would be like, which exhibit are these chicken nuggets from?
Guess the birds that didn't listen. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
I have heard this joke 100 times,
Yeah.
is what they would say back to you.
I would have been like, fuck.
I mean, that was actually really
That
good
would be
joke,
my
though.
day. I would go around trying to be like, have you guys heard this joke?
Yeah, trying to work on your tight five. I get it.
When I'm working on my material, I go to the zoo.
Which is
You stand in the back. You're like, when do we eat them?
When,
And they're
when do
like,
we
I've heard
fuck-
that, and you're like,
when do we fuck them? I've heard that.
heard that,
Heard that.
heard that one. Tip
Heard
number
that.
3. Tip number 3. Be aware of others taking photographs. Many zoo visitors like to record their trip for some reason with photos of the animals and the birds. You know how the animals and birds aren't the same? They may wait many minutes for the perfect shot just for some other oblivious visitor to walk through that shit and they're shot or worse, and it's all ruined. Allow their child to run just shrieking up to the animal's enclosure for it to never be seen again that day. So be a good parent is actually
Yeah.
Be a good
Parenting is
parent,
key.
Be a good person and parent, and don't be a complete idiot. And have spatial awareness that you might not be the only goddamn human on the planet. And in this enclosure.
If I want to get an action shot of my kid scaring the penguins, we're gonna get it. Okay?
You listen. If that's your intention,
If that's your intention.
then I'm not gonna knock it.
Yeah.
Knock the glass so the penguins can pay the fuck attention.
Yeah.
That's true. You got to do that. You got
Be
to.
like, all right, Julian, run towards the penguins.
That's the kid, not the penguin.
It's both, actually.
Oh, both.
Yeah, it's both. That sound, both. of
My
them.
kid is a penguin.
There you go.
Okay.
Yes.
Happy Feet. You see it? It's a documentary of Alex's child.
Yeah, Robin Williams was in that one too.
He was Robin Williams. A lot of good actors.
Elijah Wood was Happy Feet.
He
was the main guy.
In the second
I don't know enough to disagree, so I'm going to say nice.
Great.
Happy Feet Tycoon.
Happy Feet Tycoon. Tip number 2, everybody, don't push to the front of the crowd to see what's going on. Wait your turn. Others will step back when they've seen what they want to. Everyone is paid the same entry fee, so everyone's entitled to look at everything as long as they like. If you don't get to the lion's den at feeding time, for example, you can't expect all the people that did to step back and make room for you or your children.
Yeah, grow up.
Grow up.
Grow up.
Wow,
Get
we are-
there early.
A lot of these tips are just being
Okay,
like,
but
don't be a shitty
if
parent.
the lion comes out and I got a 10-second window and there's a lot of people, I'm gonna push through. I need to see.
I think that is specifically what the tip is saying not to do.
right, but
Right. But what in Alex's defense, he
Right,
doesn't
right.
give a fuck.
Oh,
He's
well, when you
saying
put
that-
it like that,
I'd
dude.
be like, push through, Julian.
Go, Jules. Go.
and then he just starts just
and
hitting
he
people
doesn't
in the
want
nuts.
to and you're scary. He doesn't want to disappoint his father.
That's right.
So he's gonna start becoming a little asshole.
Yeah.
And just pushing through, and then you're gonna look at him and go. Or are you gonna?
Don't you
And then when he's
forget
done, I'm
about
gonna be-
me. Yes.
Yeah, better not the other
Come
one.
here.
Yeah, come here, and then you give him a treat, and you give him a cracker that you stole from the bonobo.
Yeah.
Wow, you
I know you.
know me.
I know you.
What do you know?
Not a whole lot.
Great.
I hate this.
Yeah, be respectful. I mean, number one, everybody.
I like how you were like, well, I wouldn't be respectful, so I probably shouldn't make this promise. I'm just gonna blaze through.
If
that.
I just
If I just make mouth sounds, just be respectful. What, everyone?
I got bored as I said it.
It's not a bit he wanted to do.
Number one, get there early, okay? You can't predict which animal will be awake during your date, but you can boost your chances of seeing more. Animals are more active during the morning, so arrive when the zoo opens to catch as many as possible. Just run around the zoo, seeing a glimpse of just animals that you can just Google, and then just look for animals that are currently being fed, since they're more active and energetic than those that are full, right? Because when an animal's hungry, that's the action right there. You got to get during the feeding time where they bring out a goat and they're like, and you're like, what? And fucking T-Rex comes out and takes it apart, rips it to shreds. Or they dunk in a puppy into the piranha pit, and you're watching that and you're like, oh shit, and they rip apart this poodle because you need something cool. Or you're watching some poisonous frog just completely obliterate a fucking zebra, because that's the kind of thing.
You have got to delete your internet history. You legally have to. You've got. I also the image of a poisonous frog completely obliterating a zebra is something that will live rent free in my head. But you got to think. What it's saying is, go when the animals are in the most distress because their body is telling them I might not live if I don't eat, and we're like, well, I want to watch them.
I want to watch that
instead of them under a tree, like. This is perfect.
Yeah, otherwise they're under a tree sleeping, and then you're like, what is
Don't
this?
care. Don't love it.
I feel like we did.
And I gotta be respectful.
We missed a whole thing of the Jurassic Park is the best zoo and does exist.
Define best.
First of all, super fun, super
Define
safe,
fun. Define safe.
Real.
Well, that you don't need clarity on.
Yeah, I just feel like I'm now back on board. Zoos are fine as long as it's dinosaurs.
That's
so
true. That's true.
That's a bonus tip. That's a bonus tip for all of you guys.
I know it was saying which animals will be awake during your date, as in like the day on the calendar that you're going. But it did make me wonder.
Have we been on a date this whole time?
Are we on a date? Is this podcast one long zoo date?
Yes.
You know,
Did you go on a date to a zoo?
I actually
would.
have gone on a date
How
to the
was
zoo.
that?
I don't know. It was
and
in
you were
high
like,
school.
it's really cool because with monkeys they do this thing where they're like, no. Oh, actually, alligators are this one part.
me a
Fun
handy
fact
of the-
about the giraffes. What do you mean you don't want to go on a second date?
How did you know that was exactly how it went?
No, that was from Typhoon Tycoon.
That was from Buffoon Tycoon.
Buffoon Tycoon.
God, thank you for fixing it. I was like, what the fuck? Words did you just make up?
Typhoon.
Typhoon, buffoon.
Isn't a typhoon a giant wave?
Yeah.
Yeah,
what,
but
in this
what-
context
yeah,
is
what-
that?
Typhoon Tycoon.
Hey, explain.
Buffoon Typhoon Tycoon.
Hey,
Poon.
Poon Typhoon Tycoon.
Yeah.
I hope all the other zoos out there
Is
are getting
that a good representation of you on a date?
it. It was honestly perfect.
I feel like you would try. I feel like your sexiness is like in your knowledge to spit knowledge.
Nope.
You had 7 full seconds to just. There were mouth noises in there. Where's the what? This is actually what I want to know. This
Absolutely,
episode.
fire
Where does the sexiness for you come from? What do you think it is for you?
What part of you was like, if
What's
I
the
take
sex-
this girl to a date at the zoo?
Yeah, what's the
it
flex
is
you're gonna
locked
do?
in.
This is like when this happens, it's gonna be done. Done deal. We're going on a second one. She's gonna be the person, I think.
Well, we didn't go on a second one.
I'm not asking that. I'm not asking that.
Because you were in her ear and you were like, fun fact about the monkeys. Yeah.
I
know
do
Bob
actually.
You did, didn't you?
I'm actually. I don't remember this date. It happened and it was just a thing because in high school, you only had a certain number of things to do because you couldn't drink. So it was like because you were underage.
Right.
Allegedly. So
No.
I actually remember what that date was at all. It was probably just a disaster. But I do have a story, which I'm stealing from my fiance, where the worst date she ever went on was at a zoo.
Okay.
Erica hates birds. She fucking hates birds. Notoriously not animals. She fucking hates birds.
That's why they're a subcategory to animals.
Yes. And
Fair.
she went on a date to the zoo. And this gentleman paid for like the package to see everything. And one of the things was going into the aviary where they keep the birds. And Erica hates birds. She doesn't want them landing on her. She doesn't want any of that.
She is little. There is a possibility of her being taken.
And she basically got there and she was like, I don't really want to go in there. Thank you. And the guy was like, no, I paid for this. And then physically dragged her into the birdhouse and made her do something she fucking hated. And then she legitimately just, after they got out, just walked away and left the date in the middle, which obviously totally valid, and we'll never go to a zoo. So we don't need to.
Never.
No, that guy's a nightmare.
The thought of Erica getting taken away by birds is hilarious. It is hilarious.
Because I hear it, because I don't, I mean, you have to know, or at least maybe a photo of this lovely person, but her noise the whole time would be like, ah! And she would be making more squawk noises than the birds.
Yeah.
And like you see the videos of the falcons like swooping down to take like the little kid by the parka or whatever,
Yes.
like up in the air. Kind of, Erica. You also didn't answer the question at all, which was what would be your sexiest take or like move at a zoo? Like when you get to a zoo, let's say other universe, you're going on a date now, and you get there and you're like, I'm gonna either, is it knowledge? Is it like being cool when things are being eaten when you're like, or you're watching a show and you're like, haha, love it. I love watching that.
My move would be like, you want one of those? I'll buy you one of those.
Oh, you're a money man.
Oh, money guy.
Money man.
Okay.
I'd be like, you want one? And she'd be like, no, that's crazy. I wouldn't want that in the living room. I'd be like, I'll get you one.
You want it though. You want it though. And
Yeah.
then she'll be like, maybe I'll get watch this.
Yeah.
See, what I'm gonna do.
And then that would be the joke.
And then it's
And then I would ask her to split the bill at the end.
God, obviously.
Yes,
Of the animal.
Of the animal.
Of the
no.
animal, correct.
I would be like a sensitive guy about it. Like, I just don't know. Are they being taken care of? You know, are they feeling good? I wouldn't be a puss about it though. I wouldn't be. I'd be like, I fucking love that eagle in there. But is he? I just
he
want to
happy?
make sure
No, I
he's.
feel like
I make sure he's feeling good though, and she'd be like,
I feel
who
like
cares?
No, I feel like for you, the girl would be the one to be like, okay, Matt, let's go to the next exhibit. And you're like, do you want to get out of here?
You think I would just be bummed?
Yeah, I feel like you'd be like, all right, this is cool, but like, let's get out of here.
What I would do is I would be offended if that wasn't probably true, but I would probably try to go to the things we want to do and then just be really like, man, you know what? This is hard for me. I think we should get out of here.
The
And go
sensitivity thing.
Let's go to like a Chili's or like a Quiznos or something fancy and just like talk and not do this lot of walking and watch animals eat when I'm hungry.
So sensitivity, bribing.
Yeah, I think I would just get up in their ear and
Knowledge.
be like, a peregrine falcon is the fastest bird in the world.
Historically, the pygmy the bonobos are the pygmy chimpanzees of the world, and actually they have a fourth
And
thumb.
let me tell you, that worked every time.
Every time.
All right. Well, hey, those are the top 10 tips on how to get to a zoo, everybody. Thank you for watching the Man Doozy podcast.
Yes.
I do have to.
You got something else to
I
say?
do got something else to say.
What's up?
Which I forgot about this and I researched it after the fact, which was, did you ever hear about the Baghdad Zoo when the war was happening and it got bombed and then all the animals got out and were just in Baghdad and a pride of lions just like were out of the zoo roaming around hungry and started hunting all the animals while bombs and jets were going out, and then it's just a pride of lions just were like, okay. and they went out into like the wreckage of Baghdad and just started hunting like other animals and like people.
Wow.
Was Dwayne The Rock Johnson in this movie?
This sounds like the movie for sure.
This is Jumanji 7,
Dwayne The
and
Rock Johnson
with Kevin Hart.
Rampage 2.
It was Rampage 2. They got into the nuclear missiles that were in Baghdad, and they got really big.
Yeah.
Yeah. Remember how Rampage was a
crazy.
movie that did well?
Yeah.
Nope. Wow, that's terrifying.
Yeah, it's a real story.
Imagine getting
And then
eaten by a pack of lions in your home.
You're just like, I'm in a ravaged state and city. This is the worst. How could this possibly get worse?
Lion.
Holy shit, there are actual lions.
Don't worry, guys. The only things we have to worry about are bombs.
It's not like a lion is going to
It's
show
not like a
up.
fucking lion's gonna come
Lion,
through the window.
just wild.
And then the military came in and they were like, "What do we do?" Because and the lions were like, "What's up? What are you guys gonna do?"
So it was Jumanji out in
With
Baghdad.
Jumanji, except it happened more in real life the way that Jumanji would, where they just shot the lions in the head and they had to take them down. So my name is Matthew McLachlan. The Men of Doozy podcast.
Please comment what your favorite tip was and share this episode with everyone you know.
I'm glad I derailed this fucking ending. To
Yeah,
my lions getting sniped in the eyes.
If you got a tip that you want to learn or have us teach you while we also learn it, then hey, jump on board.
We'll see you next episode.
Bye, Botticelli.
Bye. And if you're in Baghdad, look out.
Watch out.
God.
He ain't lying.
Oh, fuck this.
Bye. We'll see
Bye,
you
everyone.
live from Baghdad.
It's Saturday night.
Lions over Baghdad.
Ugh.